Greetings, fellow writers and storytellers. Welcome back to my channel. So, today I've got an exciting topic to delve into, and that is crafting unforgettable characters with ChatGPT. So, characters are the heart and soul of any story, and their impact on the reader or the viewer of a movie can make or break the narrative. So, in this video, we're going to explore the significance of creating unforgettable characters, define character development, and introduce ChatGPT as a powerful tool to aid in this process. But before we dive into kind of like the technical aspects of it, let's first understand why unforgettable characters are crucial to storytelling. So, characters serve as the bridge between the audience and the story's world. They evoke emotions, drive the plot point forward, and resonate with our own experiences as people. So whether it's the heroic Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings or the enigmatic Sherlock Holmes, these characters, they stay with us long after we finish the story. They become our friends, inspirations, and even reflections of our own humanity. So character development is the process of bringing fictional individuals to life, basically, and it's a fundamental aspect of storytelling. If you try and write a story without really fleshing out your characters, they'll be kind of one-dimensional. So what we need to do is create complex, multi-dimensional characters that evolve and grow throughout the narrative. Well-developed characters possess depth, relatability, and authenticity, making them memorable to the audience through their struggles, triumphs, and transformations. Characters provide a compelling lens through which we can explore themes, conflicts, and the human condition itself. So I would say that there's a few key elements of a well-rounded character that we want ChatGPT to help us create. The first one is backstory and motivations. Second one is personality, traits, and flaws. Third, probably the most important to me, is physical attributes and appearance, because you want your audience to know what the character looks like in their mind when they're imagining it. You don't want to kind of give them too much room to figure it out for themselves. And then number 4, relationships and conflicts. So firstly, backstory and motivations. So these are vital to shaping a character's identity. A well-crafted backstory provides context and depth, allowing readers to understand a character's past experiences, traumas, and influences. It helps us comprehend their present actions and decisions. Motivations, on the other hand, drive a character's desires and goals, making them more relatable and compelling. So by understanding a character's backstory and motivations, we can create authentic and dynamic individuals that resonate with our audience. Next, let's talk about personality, traits, and flaws. So these aspects contribute to a character's uniqueness and relatability. Personality traits define their behavior, attitudes, and quirks. Are they charismatic, introverted, hot-headed? Flaws, on the other hand, humanize characters by making them imperfect. These imperfections can include things like insecurities, vices, or internal conflicts. Remember, flawed characters often resonate more with audiences because they reflect our own struggles and vulnerabilities. You don't just want a all-powerful, perfect character, because that doesn't really appeal to readers very much. So moving on to physical attributes and appearances. While physical features might not be the most critical aspect of character development, they do play a role in shaping how our readers perceive and connect with them. Physical attributes can include height, hair color, and distinctive features that make the characters visually memorable. Appearance, on the other hand, encompasses things like a clothing style, grooming habits, and overall presentation. And these details contribute to the character's identity and can help establish their role in the story's world. And lastly, let's explore the importance of relationships and conflicts in character development a little bit. So characters don't just exist in isolation. Most likely your story has more than one character, so they interact with other individuals and experience various conflicts that shape their journeys. Relationships provide opportunities for growth, bonding, and tension. Whether it's a mentor, a rival, a love interest, or whatever, these connections add depth to the character experiences. Conflicts, on the other hand, help propel the narratives forward and challenge the character's beliefs, values, and goals. It's through conflict that characters are able to evolve and transform, so it's kind of necessary to have those as well. So by focusing on these elements, the character backstory and motivations, personality traits and flaws, physical attributes and appearance, and relationships and conflicts, you can craft a well-rounded and compelling individual that will captivate your audience. So Now let's talk about how ChatGPT can help with this and revolutionize character development in the writing industry, I believe. So as you probably know, if you watch my channel, ChatGPT is an AI language model that can generate human-like text based on prompts and interacts with users in a conversational manner. So as writers, we can leverage this powerful tool to breathe life into our characters. With ChatGPT, you can collaborate with an intelligent virtual entity and explore the depths of your character's personality, history, and motivations. It enables you to have dynamic conversations, ask questions, receive responses that can spark new creative ideas that you may not have considered otherwise. So it's kind of like having an AI co-writer that understands the nuances of your story. So ChatGPT, I think, really opens up new possibilities when it comes to character creation. By engaging in interactive dialogue with ChatGPT back and forth, you can generate unique character descriptions, delve deep into backstories, and even develop their character growth arcs. And ChatGPT is particularly helpful if you're facing any kind of like a writer's block or seeking fresh perspectives. I'm probably going to do a whole video on how ChatGPT can help with writer's block at some point, but just in general, it can help with that too, and helps you overcome any creative hurdles and take your character development to the next level as a writer. So one of the exciting features of ChatGPT is the ability to generate character descriptions through the interactive prompts, like I said. So let's start by talking about appearance. You can ask ChatGPT questions like, what does my character look like? Can you describe their physical features? And then the AI responds with unique and imaginative descriptions that can inspire and refine your character's appearances. For example, if you're writing a fantasy novel, you can ask ChatGPT, what are some distinctive features of my elven character? And the AI might respond with the ideas like long pointed ears, ethereal silver hair, or almond-shaped vibrant green eyes. And these prompts can really help you to visualize and bring your character to life. And next, let's look at personality traits. So you can talk with ChatGPT in a conversation to generate these as well. You may ask some things like, what are some personality traits that define my character? What are their strengths and weaknesses? And then ChatGPT will help provide suggestions that you can use as a foundation for building a multi-dimensional character. So imagine you're crafting a detective character for a mystery novel. You can ask ChatGPT, what personality traits would make my detective stand out? The AI might say something like observant, analytical, or intuitive. Like naturally, you'd think of these things when you're thinking of a detective, but it's good that ChatGPT helps you really put it down in writing so you can refer back to it as you're writing your book, or having ChatGPT write your book for you, as the case may be. So these insights can help shape character behavior, decision-making, and interactions within the story. Next, let's talk about the backstories and motivations, so it can help with this too. So you could ask ChatGPT questions like, what events shaped my character's life? What motivates them to embark on this journey? And then it'll give you things that'll kind of help you refine the character's backstory and deepen their motivations. So, for example, let's say you're developing a protagonist in a science fiction adventure. You can prompt the ChatGPT with what traumatic event from their past fuels their desire for adventure. And the AI might say something like the loss of a loved one in an interstellar conflict, or being abandoned on a distant planet as a child. And then these can spark new ideas, as well as kind of adding emotional depth to your character and gives drive behind their actions. And then lastly, ChatGPT can help with developing character arcs. So you can ask questions like, how does my character evolve over time? What lessons do they learn along their journey? So let's say that you're writing like a coming of age story. You can ask ChatGPT, what obstacles does my character face that leads to their personal growth? And the AI might suggest challenges like overcoming self-doubt, forgiving past mistakes, learning the importance of empathy. And these iterative conversations that you have with ChatGPT can help you to really kind of shape your character arc and create a compelling narrative. So that's enough talking. Let's jump into a practical example here. So I've got ChatGPT. So let's try and create a character and see how this goes. So I'll start by asking ChatGPT for a description of my character's appearance. So I'll say like, describe the physical features of my science fiction character. What does my character look like? And ChatGPT can say, Your character's name is Dr. Lysander Maelis. He's an ethereal mix of human and advanced AI, standing at a statuesque 6'2". He's got an athletic build. His skin carries a faint silver sheen. Unexpected side effect of nanites coursing through his bloodstream, which is interesting details that you can add into the universe. How did this guy end up with nanites in his bloodstream and being like half AI? Actually tells us these microscopic robots help keep his body perpetually young, his age indeterminable, and his deep-set azure eyes reflect centuries worth of wisdom and appearance. Goes on to talk about like his jaw, hair color, his eyes, his arms, custom fit expedition suit, a blend of advanced synthetics and metamaterials, primarily black, streaked with neon blue lines that faintly glow in the low light, matching his striking hair. Despite his formidable appearance and abilities, his most striking feature is perhaps his aura of calm and collected intelligence. Okay, so that's what my character looks like. That's kind of like an intriguing start, right? So now we can move on to the personality traits. So I'll say like, what are some unique personality traits that define my character? Obviously, if you're just starting out, you'd probably start with a protagonist. So you'd say protagonist, not just character. What are some unique personality traits that define my character? What traits make my character stand out? Let's see what it has to say. He has unique personality traits as he is, blah, blah, blah. Number one, intellectual curiosity, can't talk today. Harmony with AI, unlike many, he doesn't view his AI parts as separate or merely tools. He embraces them as an integral part of himself. He's diplomatic, empathetic, strategic thinker, patient, courageous, philosophical, humorous. So that's excellent. So now we can dive into backstories and motivations. So we'll say like, what events from their past shaped my character's life? What significant events have influenced my character's journey? His life is a mosaic of complex events and experiences that have shaped his journey. Let's delve into some key moments from his past. The convergence. As a young scientist, Lysander underwent a groundbreaking procedure called the convergence, where his biology was seamlessly merged with advanced AI. This pioneering experiment was a significant turning point in his life, giving him extraordinary capabilities, but also setting him apart from ordinary humans. The Orion incident. This is a diplomatic mission gone wrong in the Orion system. There's like war stuff that going on, loss of a fellow scientist. Could also be like a love interest there. There was an AI rebellion at some point. Symbiotic discovery. The time dilation incident. Each of these, honestly, they sound like you could do prequels for each of these. There's like an AI rebellion book you could write. You could write a time dilation book, the convergence about his origin story. So yeah, that's a lot. That's fascinating backstory for our characters. So let's talk about relationships and conflicts a bit. So we'll say, what key relationships and conflicts does my character encounter? What relationships and conflicts shape my character's journey? And you can see, just going through this process, even taking like 10 minutes, how much more powerful this is than just a lot of my books so far that I've written with ChatGPTs. I just say like, I've got this character, it's a 20-something-year-old woman, and that's basically all the detail that I go into the story with. But I can imagine if I start doing this for every character, especially if I want to write like a fantasy novel that's going to be 200,000 words long or something, as opposed to just a young adult novel. I think it's well worth going through this effort to really flesh out your characters in advance, and then you can kind of put yourself into their mindset and you know exactly how your characters think. So let's look at the relationships and what's going to tell us about this. Marked by significant relationships and conflicts that have influenced his journal. Eleanor, the fellow scientist, her tragic death had a profound impact on him. pushing him to advocate for safe science practices and instilling a deep understanding of laws. An AI entity palace, something that happened during the AI rebellion. So it's interesting that ChatGPT also, it's pulling from the previous prompts and kind of expanding upon that as well, and saying like, who were the people during these past events that he had relationships with. He had a rivalry with another doctor, alliance with the Orion species, mentorship of a young protege, relationship with a symbiotic life form. So it's pretty incredible. This is like, before you've even created an outline, you have all of this stuff that you can put into the outline, or if you do this first and then create the outline, it's got all of this to go off of, right? So that's great. And that's the relationships and conflicts. And yeah, you can see that that's, is there anything else that I need to do? Relationships, I don't know. That's pretty good. So you can see that, like, I don't know, in just a few prompts, we've created a really well-rounded science fiction character with a captivating appearance, distinct personality, backstory, and crucial relationships and conflicts. So ChatGPT really helps to unleash your creativity, I think. And if you have a specific character that you want going into it, obviously you can feed that information in, and then ChatGPT will just help you take that and expand upon it as well. Whatever you give it, it'll work with. So remember, this is just the beginning, though. Use ChatGPT to further refine and develop your character, engage in the iterative conversations. Be sure to ask follow-up questions and let the AI guide you into uncovering new layers of depth. Really has endless possibilities here. So now it's your turn. Experiment with the prompts that we've discussed here and see how ChatGPT can help shape and enhance your own character development process. And then stay tuned, subscribe if you want some more AI writing tips. Like I said, we're probably going to have a video about writer's block, and got a couple other good ideas that we can do videos about. So stay tuned for that. I will see you in the next video.